You're watching RI Paranormal, and this is the top 5 most haunted hotels in the Northeast. Number 5. Green Mountain Inn. This mountainside hotel was built in 1833 in the ski town of Stowe, Vermont. Boots Berry was born in room 302 of the hotel and grew up to be a horseman at the inn. Boots had a bit of a drinking problem and unfortunately was fired from the inn, spent some time in a New Orleans prison, and learned to tap dance before making it all the way back to Stowe. Boots met his untimely end at the Green Mountain Inn, where he slipped and fell off of the roof during a snowstorm. Today, visitors report hearing his tap dancing continuing on past his earthly days, and some patrons have even seen his apparition around the property. Number 4. The Graduate Hotel, formerly known as the Biltmore. Built in 1918 and financed by a known Satanist, this hotel was rumored to be the site of years of animal sacrifices, rituals, murders, and much more. The hotel was built to include a chicken coop on the roof, presumably to supply sacrifices for weekly masses. It also served as a speakeasy during the Prohibition era and thus became a hotspot for mob activity during that time. Between the years 1920 and 1933, 6 police officers were implicated in the murders of 8 people within the walls of the Biltmore, along with 1 governor, 1 mayor, and 1 cardinal. The location has been home to multiple disappearances after being taken over by new management. It's been suggested by the local Satanists that the lack of sacrifices is causing bad things to happen at the hotel. In 2019, the hotel was sold for $43.6 million and renamed The Graduate. Today, guests have reported hearing noises, having doors and safes open and close by themselves, and even witnessing full-bodied apparitions within the rooms and halls of the hotel. A few guests have had to request room changes after waking up to the sensation of somebody holding down and choking them. Next on our list is number 3, the Equinox Hotel. Built in 1769, this hotel has a very long and rich history. In 1865, Abraham Lincoln's wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, visited the hotel several times during Honest Abe's presidency. Ultimately, her plans to travel there one last time were interrupted by the unfortunate assassination of President Lincoln. It is said that Mary Todd saw the Manchester Hotel as an escape from the heat and stress of Washington, D.C.'s summers, so it's possible her energy still lingers at this location in some way. Some employees of the hotel report witnessing the apparition of Mary Todd Lincoln and one of her children on the 3rd floor. Guests have experienced the same apparitions as well as disembodied whispers, items being moved, and unexplainable lights at nighttime. Coming in at number 2 on our list is the Hawthorne Hotel in Salem, Massachusetts. In 1675, John Higginson built a large house on a parcel of land in Salem. In 1809, the house was demoed, and another structure which became known as the Franklin Building was built in its place. Within the building were apartments, offices, and retail stores. In 1845, 1859, and 1860, the building was damaged and eventually completely destroyed by a series of fires. A new building was constructed in its wake in 1864, and finally the Hawthorne Hotel was built and its doors opened in 1923. In 1990, the hotel held a seance in the Great Ballroom to try to contact the spirit of Harry Houdini. Today, guests report moving furniture, sightings of a ghostly woman, and unexplained noises. Apparently, room 325 is the most haunted room in the hotel, where stories tell the tale of a child crying, guests being grabbed and touched by seemingly nothing, and the bathroom lights and plumbing turning on with no one there. On the 6th floor, specifically room 612, the hotel has had plenty of reports of full-bodied apparitions, mostly of a woman walking around. Downstairs in the library, an employee once reported setting up tables and chairs and coming back to find them in a completely different orientation, stacked up with the majority of his work undone. He allegedly refused to work night shifts after that experience. Last on our list in the number 1 spot is Captain Grant's Bed and Breakfast in Preston, Connecticut. This house was built in 1754 and was home to generations of the Grant family. It housed Continental soldiers during the Revolutionary War and escaped slaves during the Civil War. Many years later, the property was converted to an inn, and today the inn is supposedly haunted by a woman and her 2 children. People report strange feelings, odd noises, and ghost hunters have captured all kinds of EVPs and visual phenomena during their stays. In the Adelaide room, some guests have seen full-bodied apparitions of a woman wearing colonial-era clothing, and even more have heard unexplained knocks and experienced objects moving on their own. The hotel is home to a black cat named Molly, and supposedly she keeps the spirits happy when the rooms are empty. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want more paranormal content.